Hello yogis, and welcome to Shanti Peace Yoga. Today's practice is a slow and gentle, full body stretch. And we're also joined by a resident Yogi Bear. There are no props required today, but by all means use some if you prefer. Let's begin on our mat, starting on our hands and knees. Place your hands shoulder width apart and bring your knees hip width apart. We'll start by warming up our spine with 5 rounds of cat-cow. Begin by taking an inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest and your gaze. And now exhale, round the spine, tailbone tucks under and head comes down. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tailbone tucks under, head comes down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round your spine, head comes down. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tailbone tucks under. One more time, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tailbone tucks, head comes down. Coming back to neutral tabletop, we're going to move into a modified child's pose. Widen your knees slightly, walk your hands forward, and sit back onto your heels. Now slide your left hand under the right arm, palm to the ceiling as you reach over to that right side, and slowly lower your left shoulder and left side of your head to the mat. Our intention is to open and stretch our shoulders and our upper back, as well as our hips. If this is too uncomfortable for you, take the usual child's pose with both arms overhead. Be mindful of your breathing. Keep the breaths deep and slow. Slide your right hand down towards your face. Inhale, and now exhale as you push into that hand to lift yourself out of this pose and make your way back to hands and knees. We'll now move into puppy pose or melting heart. Keep your hips still, but just walk your hands forward, allowing the chest to melt down and forehead to rest on the ground. Keep your forearms lifted off the floor to intensify this shoulder stretch. You can stay here or add on to this pose by bringing your hands together in prayer overhead and then bending at the elbows and bringing your prayer hands behind your head, feeling a stretch down the back of the arms. We're going to hold here for a while, so allow your breath to slow and deepen. Start to release your hands back to the floor overhead if they weren't there already. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, shift your weight forward, coming on to rest onto your stomach. You can rest your head on your left arm, and we're going to start stretching our quads now. Start by bending your right knee. With your right hand, reach behind you for that foot. Inhale and exhale as you draw your foot towards your glute. If you have trouble reaching your foot, you can use a towel or a belt or a strap here. As we hold this stretch, focus on gently grounding that right hip down into the mat to further target the quad muscle. Take one more deep breath in, and as you breathe out, release the foot and gently lower the leg back down. Moving on to the other side, you can rest your head on your right arm this time and start to bend the left leg. Reach behind you with your left hand and take hold of the foot. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the foot towards your glute. This time, as we hold this stretch, focus on drawing that left hip further down into the mat to further target and isolate this stretch into the front of your thigh. Take one more deep inhale here, and as you exhale, release the foot and gently lower the leg back down. Slide your hands under your shoulders, press into the floor, and we'll return to child's pose. Big toes come together and knees are spread wide apart. This time, we'll slide our right hand under the left arm and slowly lower the right shoulder and face down. If this is too much for you, just return to the usual child's pose with arms up overhead. Wherever you are, allow your breathing to slow down and deepen. Slide your left hand down towards your face. Inhale, and now exhale as you push into that hand to lift yourself out of this pose, and slowly and carefully make your way onto your back, lying on the ground. We'll start to take up Banasana, or knees to chest. Take hold of your knees and draw them closer to you, either towards your chest or even out wider towards the shoulders. Feel free to rock side to side or just be still. We'll come into half happy baby pose now. So plant the left foot to the floor, bend the right leg and take hold of the big toe or outer edge of the foot, drawing the right knee down towards your shoulder. Keep the right foot flexed and maintain length in the back of your neck by having your chin slightly tucked. If you can't reach your foot, you can use a belt or a strap around that foot to bring it closer to you. Or you can take reclined butterfly by pressing the soles of your feet together and allowing the knees to open wide apart. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release the hold of your right foot, but now cross the right ankle over the left knee. Flex the right foot and draw the right knee away from you this time. You might want to stay here if this stretch is enough for you, or join me in taking hold of the left leg and bringing it closer to you. You're still drawing the right knee away from you. Our intention is to stretch the outer right hip and glute. And we'll stay here for 10 long, slow, deep breaths. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release the hold of your leg and plant the left foot to the floor. Keep your legs as they are in this figure 4 position, but now allow your knees to gently drop over to the left side. See if your right foot can come to the floor, and you might use your hands to gently press the right knee skyward. You can keep your head in a neutral position, or if your neck allows, you can turn to look over your right shoulder. You should feel this stretch into your outer right hip. Take one more deep inhale, and now use your exhale to help guide your knees back to center. Place both feet to the floor, and we will prepare to do this same sequence on the other side. Starting with half happy baby pose, keep the right foot to the floor, but bend your left leg and take hold of the big toe or outer edge of the foot to draw that knee down towards your shoulder. Flex your left foot, and you can tuck your chin slightly to create length in the back of your neck. Like before, if this is a difficult pose for you, you can come into reclined butterfly, or feel free to take traditional happy baby pose. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release the hold of your left foot, but now cross your left ankle over the right knee. Flex the left foot and draw that left knee away from you. You might want to stay here if that stretches enough for you, or you can join me in taking hold of the right thigh and bringing it closer to you. Our intention here is to stretch our outer left hip and glute. Like in the previous pose, keep your chin slightly tucked and your head grounded on the floor to create length in your neck. Breathe deeply and slowly here. Take one more inhale and exhale. Gently release the hold of your leg and plant the right foot to the floor. Keep your legs as they are, but now allow your knees to gently drop over to the right side this time. See if your left foot can come flat to the floor, and you might use your hands to gently press the left knee skyward. You can keep your head in a neutral position or turn to look over your left shoulder. Take one more deep inhale, and now exhale as you guide your knees back to center. And from here, take hold of both your knees now, drawing them in towards your chest in Apanasana to provide a bit of release in the lower back. If it feels good, you can rock side to side, but keep your head grounded to the floor. Start to release the hold of your knees now, and we'll prepare for Shavasana, our final resting pose. Play around with your position on the floor here. You might like your knees together and feet wide apart, or maybe the soles of your feet together and the knees wide apart. Shavasana is your time to tune out the rest of the world and turn inwards. So make yourself really comfortable. Also play around with your arm positioning. You can have your arms up overhead or extended out wide by your side, or you can even have a little chest stretch here by bending your arms at 90 degrees and forming a cactus shape. Take any position that suits you today. Once you've settled in, start to soften your eyes or close your eyes. Allow your breath to deepen and slow. And we're going to be here for a little bit longer than usual today. So don't worry if your mind starts to wander. Just bring your awareness back to your breathing. Start to bring your mind and your awareness back to the present. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes, just doing small movements here. See if you can keep your eyes closed. When you're ready, come to roll onto your side, resting your head on your lower arm, just taking our time, integrating our practice. We'll make our way slowly and gently up into a seated position, yours of any choosing. We'll finish today by taking some small neck rolls, gently dropping your ear to one shoulder and then slowly rolling your head over to the other side. We'll do this a few more times, moving at your own pace. Let's come back to center now, and we'll bring our hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, and close our practice with our mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bowing forward, Namaste.